Wow, she's so pretty. Look at the lunar eclipse. You know that song that goes like do 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 do? No? Let's try again. Hey my lilies, so welcome back to my channel. Currently I'm at my mom's place and I'm just feeding the little birdies. Aren't they so cute? Yes they are. Yes they are. I just love nature. So I started gardening and I'm showing you so far my indoor plants that I started. So I have my strawberry, parsley, dill, cherry tomatoes, and some thyme. Then on my other side of my little cozy area, I also plotted some more veggies, spices, and fruits. And I don't know about you, but going to 2024, looking at inflation and groceries, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start gardening. And that is exactly what I'm going to share with you in this video, where I'm at. Outside, I call this my sky garden. Yes, I'm using a barbecue. And I did put some veggies and more veggies, and we'll see where this goes. I decided, hey, I want an arch. So I went to Dollar Tree, got some wires, some yarn, and whatever this metal thing is called. It's squared. So I decided, why not put them together and then just find them and put little X's in between with the wires, and then tra la la, you have an arch. This literally took me like 2 days because every single day when I came home from work, I would just sit outside, which was very relaxing, and I would just start building. And it was so rewarding to see what I did with my bare hands, just thinking outside the box of creating my own little arch little area. And by the time I finished, it was nighttime, but I installed it, and this is how it looks. And she looks so pretty. And I can't believe can you see how big they're growing, by the way? I just realized this is me showing a footage of how I use tape to tape it together and put it onto my little thing, my little tub of wares that I'm using, recycled. This is daytime of how it looks now. And this is actually time lapse to how my seedlings have grown so much now. So yeah, I'm actually in shock. So this is what I call my little indoor garden I started. I have these snakes plants, I believe they're called, in water. This actually is dying. I've had her for about 3 years now, and she finally got to this point. My fault, I kind of neglected her, so I'm gonna repot these here, and I am using a carton of milk. I started refurbishing and using cartons of milks and use glass to put plants in, like this one over here. She's thriving, and just really anything. Can repot in a lot of things. So I have my mixed greens, and this is cardboard and some wire, you know, gotta be creative. This is my broccoli, my cabbage. Right there I have some beef stock tomatoes and some more beef stock tomatoes, and right here I have some lettuce. This is a succubus cactus plant, and I absolutely love her. She's hairy, she's
been doing very well. And this is a succubus as well, but this is like a flower type. I forgot the name, but she has been turning purple as of lately, so that means she is dying out. I may have to move her from the light and give her a little bit of shade, not sure. And I did pot some strawberries and some sweet basil, which are still growing, and it's a little water fountain thing that I got that I turn on sometimes just for the ambience. And then this is kind of like where I keep like a lot of my gardening tools, and I keep this by the window. They love it. And here I have some lemongrass that I'm actually going to see what I can do with. But this is my little corner of like gardening here, and I love it. And then over here I started decorating my house. You know, it's Easter time now, but this is adorable, isn't it? And this is fake, it's not real, but I love the decoration. This was given as a gift from my mom. And this here, I actually don't have it turned on, but it's like salted rocks in there with lights. And so, yeah, I just like creating this ambience in my place.
So outside, I've started growing some flowers. Over here, I have sage, oregano, cilantro, and chives, which I will be moving indoors. Here, I'm just picking up these little leaves that I got from my front tree just to give it some type of layers, because it is basically so hot outside. It serves as a way so they can have more nutrients and moisture. I'm showing you how I have all these peas that I've started growing, and I'm growing my own jalapeno and sweet peppers and bell peppers, and I'm new at all of this, but I am just going with the flow, and I love it. They're absolutely growing and thriving. Over here I have my onions, carrots, and corn, again with the leaves. It's just a way so that it kind of helps them keep in their moisture. This is the little trellis thingy that I created as an arch, and again I'm using a barbecue, and I call this my sky garden because it's in the sky. So now I'm gonna go ahead and decided that I wanted to go ahead and pot at least 3 or 4 different other plants that I want to incorporate. I love lemon, I love lime, I love ginger, and I use garlic all the time. So I'm showing you that I'm using these self-watering pots, which are very beginner friendly. And I am actually have been potting mainly things that I know that I will be using a lot. A lot of the greens and veggies that I've been planting are foods that I know that I already eat a lot, so I want to try something different just to see how much money I can cut back and save when it comes to groceries. And honestly, with all the chemicals they put into our food and whatnot, to me I feel like this is just a great way to just show and prove to myself, hey, I can create things. I mean, look at our ancestors. Like, we got this in our blood. We can literally create anything we want, and I want to start producing my own food. And it's just something about creating your own fresh food and knowing that you can just go to your backyard or just even indoors, because I'm also growing plants indoors. Just cutting them up, harvesting them, and then just cooking is just amazing. So I do like to go ahead and put in some food plants and all of my veggies and fruits and even flowers that I start plotting. What I do is I'll fill it in with some soil mix, then shake in a little bit of the food, then I'll mix it with the soil, and then that's when I go ahead and put in the seeds. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some lemon. These have been drying out for a bit now, so I'm gonna go ahead and just dig out the little seeds in them, and then I'm just gonna use them and pop them into these two blue little cute plots. And I don't know why I keep calling them plots and why I keep saying the word plot, but you know what I mean. Just planting. I'm planting the seed. Get it? So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. Now, while I'm planting my seeds, I do have this little spatula, this little gardening tool that it's meant to use for you to dig up the hole and measures it to make sure that you're digging it into the right amount so you can drop the little seeds in them and then you just cover them up. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing 2 seeds in each one and then hope for the best and see what happens. And then of course I'm going to transplant them and move them into a bigger environment. But what I do is with the greens, I'll go ahead and start them off in the little greenhouse that I have that I haven't shown you guys yet. If you guys are interested into more of like this gardening, which I'm going to share with you anyways, but if you want to more in-depth and details of how I have started my gardening transition journey, I'll share them with you. But normally I will start them in the greenhouse, then pot them, and then some of them I do it and from direct seeds, and then others I use like actual fruits or veggies, and then just repot them as well. So basically, it's a very sounds very confusing, but there's many different ways that you can start your adventure when it comes to gardening that I would soon be sharing with you. Anywho, so I'm just labeling them so I know what it's growing. Some of the things that I've been growing I have not labeled, but I do advise labeling them until you get a lot more accustomed to them. So that way you know what you're growing and you're just like, okay, this is that. And also you get to know where to have your plants, because some plants are best in the sun while others are best to be more in a shade area. So it's a lot in learning and how to gardening, and I've killed a couple of plants already, but through them I've learned and I continue thriving in my journey. So next I'm gonna go ahead and plant some garlic. I love garlic. I absolutely love garlic, and these garlic cloves actually already have like the stems that are coming out. These are very good garlic, by the way. So what I'm doing is I'm gently breaking them, trying not to disturb them as much, because you only want to take out the outer shell of it, but not like the inner shell that it has, just the outer, just to take off that outer protection, but not the main protection of it. Okay? So once you go ahead and take that layer out, you see the little stem, you're going to go ahead and pop them just as the way I'm showing you. You always want to make sure that the little stem that's coming out is at the top of the soil and not the other way around. So I'm just making little holes for them to go ahead and put them in. And honestly, since I've done this, they've been growing tremendously fast, like super fast. I was amazed by how fast that they're growing already. But yeah, there I go. I just go ahead and cover them up. Then after that, I give them a good water and then mark it so I can know what I'm growing. And then soon I'll move them to their temporary home until I repot them again and they go to their main home. But yeah, gardening is very relaxing this year. I feel like I've been going through a lot of like growth mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. I did say mentally already. See what I mean there? And gardening to me has been a part of me since my childhood years. And now that I'm older, I'm learning that I actually love gardening. And it's such a therapeutic moment. It's a way of grounding myself. And it has helped me so much with like my anxiety that have had. I don't really suffer so much from anxiety, especially since I started meditating a lot more. And I'm just realizing there's just so much we carry, so much that we don't give ourselves enough credit for even the little achievements we do in life. And I just want to say you are the best that you can be, no matter if you're at your lowest. Always make sure you give yourself a thank you, because just being here in the environment, and even though you're going through the darkest moments or even the brightest moments in life, those little things that you go through is what makes you become a stronger version of yourself, and it makes you become who you are. So I want to really put it out there that you really are strong light. And don't forget that. Okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and also make ginger. I'm trying this out. I've seen that you can go ahead and actually um, plant some ginger this way. They normally you'll put them in water, which I have already, and then they start forming like these little eyes around, and then that's just basically where you're gonna go ahead and plant, and then you'll start seeing that it'll start growing. So let's see what this little experiment. I'm not doing the whole thing. I'm just gonna do a little piece of it and see where it goes. So this is the piece I'm gonna go ahead and do. I'm gonna add some more soil and we'll see where it goes from here now. But I'm actually very excited, and honestly, coming home from work every day and then checking on my plants, talking to them, listening to music, and it is just such a different life. I'm telling you, such a different life. Such a joy. You just are so appreciative of just life itself. And then to just see how beautiful your plants react. Like to know that everything around you is just literally living and thriving. When you're in that high, beautiful energy, it is the best feeling ever. So, yeah, I just needed to share that as well with you. You beautiful unicorns, magical unicorns, and my lilies. Oh, yeah, and when I say you water your plants, you water your plants. Like, I be drowning my plants. But they love it, and especially here living in the Miami weather where it's humid and hot all the time, yeah, they need it. No matter how much it rains, it is still always hot outside. So I always make sure I give them the extra attention of water they need. So now we're outside, and I am going to go ahead and start placing where I want my little beautiful babies to be for now so they can start thriving and growing and just really becoming who they can be in this beautiful life we're living right now. And then let's just see where this journey of gardening takes us, right? Hmm? But with that being said, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button to know when I'll be dropping my next video. And until next time, this is Magic Unicorn is stepping out. Bye! Mwah!
Like David, Lord, be mine defense, so I can face my giant.